Well, it's quiet tonight around St. Louis. That's a good thing. Don't think it'll be that way through the entire overnight period. As we head towards daybreak, we will be talking about the potential here of seeing showers and thunderstorms. But we also don't expect the overnight showers and thunderstorms to be a big deal. All right, so here's the weather impact alert for you. It's not for Friday. It's not for the overnight hours tonight. This is for Monday. Monday, the chances for severe weather, and that includes the potential for strong winds, large hail, potentially even some tornadoes, and not just brief spin-ups, real, substantial tornadoes potentially from supercell storms. That's Monday afternoon and Monday evening, assuming what we see right now continues to be what plays out on Monday. Now, there will be some forecast changes, so we want you to check back this weekend. But we also want you to know where your safe place is. Think about your severe weather plan. Hopefully we don't need to use it on Monday, but that potential is certainly there. Now, a lot of what happens on Monday will be dictated by what gets going here on Sunday. There is really a level 3 risk here that's across Kansas into Oklahoma on Sunday. Of course, this area has already seen some severe weather on Thursday night. And really, it's going to be, the event tomorrow for Friday shifts down to the south of us, but then Saturday and Sunday shifts right back out here. And then we move towards Monday, and it shifts right over St. Louis. And so that's where the core of the highest risk is around the St. Louis area, southern Missouri, and across southern portions of Illinois. And as far north as up north of Quincy. So this is definitely concerning when we start looking at the ingredients that are available to us on Monday compared with the ingredients that we're seeing for these showers and thunderstorms here overnight. It's a totally different scenario. Monday has much more in terms of the ingredients you would look for a recipe for severe weather. Now, we're still in the 70s in St. Louis. This line of thunderstorms has been producing severe weather for much of the evening as it's gone across Iowa into northwest Missouri. Still have some warnings after 9 o'clock here out in the Kansas City area. Down towards Enid, Oklahoma. Tornado went through there, big tornado on the ground there. And so most of the northern part of this line's starting to weaken. I think that's the trend we see here. Southern part will stay together a little bit longer. But as this comes into our area here, as we go towards 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, it is weakening considerably. Will there still be some gusty winds, maybe 40 to 45 miles per hour? That's certainly in the realm of possibility. Could there be some downpours and some rumbles of thunder in here? Sure. Is it a severe weather setup for us? This doesn't really look like it. It's coming in the middle of the night, early tomorrow morning. We've lost quite a bit of our instability. Now, it does look like the heavier rain threat is a little more predominant down 44 and across our southern counties for early tomorrow morning. But listen, it may not rain all that long or that hard around St. Louis for the morning rush hour, and then it just kind of scoots on out of here as we head through the rest of the day. So I do think we start with at least some showers and maybe some rumbles of thunder in the area early on. But then after that, we can just expect a mostly cloudy sky. All right, so there's your line of storms that developed this evening. You can sense there's definitely a front here, right? Okay, so our cold front, we kind of follow it around. We look, where are we spinning? We have our low pressure system here way to the north. Now, if we were going to get severe weather, we would need that to be farther to the south. Thing is, after this system passes through, we get that opportunity going into Monday, okay? And the system will be closer to us going into Monday. There is a severe thunderstorm watch here out over western portions of Missouri that's up until at least this line gets a little farther east. Again, the trend will be for these storms to weaken. Probably get this extended a little farther to the east here in the next hour or so. Friday, 3 things. First of all, Friday, showers, some thunder, mainly in the morning. There's a small chance we'll have some isolated showers and thunderstorms pop up later in the day. Emphasis there is on small chance. Weekend, lots of dry time. Saturday's brighter than Sunday. Sunday, the clouds are increasing. The storms are brewing out over the plains. We'll watch that. But for most of us, our weekend is really, I'd say to wrap up April, is pretty good. But then Monday, our weather impact alert. Severe storms definitely possible. I won't say they're likely, at least not yet, but definitely possible. Now, overnight, you may hear thunder rumble. You may want to know what's going on the radar. You can go to the live radar 24/7. It's always streaming on our app. Again, we look at what's happening with these showers and thunderstorms that come at us. As they come at us, temperatures are around 70. Once it starts raining, we drop into the 60s. Again, this is mostly a morning deal for us. And then by 8, 9 o'clock, it's shifting east and south of St. Louis. A variably cloudy sky, a little bit of sunshine tomorrow afternoon. We'll go back into the 70s, but probably not by too much. And maybe when the actual front comes through, because this is all outrunning the front, we might generate a couple more showers or a rumble or two of thunder later tomorrow afternoon into the evening. The odds of that being severe, exceedingly low, because we don't have the ingredients in play, okay? So here's Saturday, and we're looking great on Saturday. Again, focus out to our west late in the day into the evening is going to be for some nasty thunderstorms, parts of Kansas into Oklahoma. Same area again expected to get going later on Sunday into Sunday evening. In fact, this is the area down here that we expect to blossom overnight Sunday and then move towards the St. Louis area. Now, a lot of what happens Sunday night into early Monday morning will dictate what kind of severe weather situation actually sets up here on Monday afternoon. There is an outside chance. It's not the most likely scenario by far, but there is a chance that if we could get a larger area of showers and thunderstorms overnight Sunday night into Monday morning that lingered, if everything kind of slowed down and that lingered a little bit longer, that would chop off that 84, knock it down, would limit any sunshine, limit warming, limit the instability, and then maybe our severe weather threat is lower. All questionable. 70s the next 3 days. Your severe weather threat Monday, that's our weather impact alert. A few more showers and thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday. We trend cooler for the end of next week. All right, so here we are. This is the European model showing a warm front lifting back to the north here as we go into Sunday night. Showers and thunderstorms developing along and north of that front. Now, we don't anticipate any of that being severe weather. And again, this for Monday morning is potentially, if we could keep those clouds and some rain in the area, that might limit how things get, in terms of how unsettled and how stormy it gets later in the afternoon when the actual front actually starts approaching the cold front. Odds are we have enough instability. The surface low is a lot closer to us this go round. This is a stronger front, okay? You have deep moisture ahead of it. Dew points will be around 70. The instability's high, especially if we get into the 80s. You have the energy aloft, you have the lift, all the ingredients. And so there is the potential that we see severe weather. And I would say at this point, it's Thursday night, I'd say the greatest threat's probably east and southeast of St. Louis, based on what we know right now. But having said that, there's a lot that can change, and just the overall pattern is one that definitely screams severe weather potential for Monday. So we want you to stay alert, stay up to speed on what's going on. Know that there's some showers and storms Friday, but they're not severe. There's lots of dry time over the weekend. It's a great weekend, but be prepared for Monday and the potential for those severe thunderstorms. Again, all of our ingredients, the shear, the lift, the instability, the moisture, all there. And that leads us into your final look at the 10-day forecast. By the way, next weekend's first weekend in May. And do you know we have cooler weather coming our way to start the month of May? May does not look like it's going to be an especially warm month. We're expecting temperatures to only be in the 60s for highs. And there's an outside chance next weekend that a few places might actually see a little bit of frost. Outside chance. Most of us would not have that problem. All right, listen, have a good night. We'll still watch that radar here overnight, making sure those storms do die off as they come into mid-Missouri as we're anticipating.